All right, so here we go. So I just wanted to go over a couple of really quick announcements for everybody, just things that we've got coming up in the works, so that everybody's kind of on the same page. Obviously, if you're not running groups with us and you're running groups on your own, that's fine. But I do want to make sure that you are running groups. So if you are not in any groups, you're not running any groups, these are great ones for you to get into, because that is like the bread and butter of the entire thing that we do as coaches is these challenge groups. That's where you are able to help people. That's where you get the best coaches from. And really that's your big main job, is to support people through their programs, which you can't do without getting them into some kind of group, because that's kind of what sets us apart from just selling them a program. So the things that are coming up, we have got on the 29th, we have a one-day sneak peek event that Kelly Jimenez from Hard Hitters is running. And it's all the Diamond leaders on Hard Hitters put together videos, and she's going to run just like a one-day coach group, basically. I'm not sure what she's planning on calling it yet. She has come up with a few different ideas as far as like a coach preview group or a coach up for the day kind of group. And as soon as she comes up with wording on that, I'm sure she'll come up with some cute graphics too. It's right after Thanksgiving, so it's a really good time to get people in who are thinking about Christmas and what to get people for Christmas and just kind of getting on track. And the way I look at it is, even if you have somebody who is not 100% ready to run with this business yet, December is the perfect time to get people signed up as a coach and get them started with their business so that they can hit the ground running in January, instead of being the coaches that are learning in January and then they aren't really getting started until February. This kind of lets them hit the ground running in 2016. And I feel like that's kind of the way to promote this to people, to talk to people about coaching, is just to tell them, like, this is the perfect time to get yourself set up, so that come New Year's, when you have decided you're ready to get your working out in and you're ready to get your nutrition on, I mean, obviously we don't want you to wait for them, but a lot of people do, then you can just hit the ground running with this and the business side of things, because you'll take all of December to kind of go over stuff. So the 29th of this month is going to be that one-day sneak peek group. The 30th of this month, I am going to be starting my 30-day challenge group for December. It's going to be kind of a post-Thanksgiving countdown to Christmas kind of group, and I'm not sure exactly of the wording of how I'm going to do that, so if anybody has ideas or anything they want to throw out there, that's great. But definitely promote that the next few days in this Sunday, and start getting challenges ready for the December group. It's a hard group to get people into because people have a lot of stuff going on, but maybe that's a way to promote that, is just to say, look, I know you're busy, I know you've got Christmas parties, I know you've got all kinds of things coming up. You're probably traveling for some of the holidays, but that's the reason why you need a group. That's the reason why you need the support and the accountability of other people who are going through the same things you are. So we're going to go ahead and start that group on the 30th. We are going to start the New Coach Boot Camp December 1st. We're going to just start them on the 1st of every month for right now. We are brainstorming some new ideas to get coaches started right. So definitely stay tuned for that. We're going to have some stuff in the works, but as of right now, December 1st will be our New Coach Boot Camp, which will be perfect right after the 29th sneak peek, so we'll have some new people on our team. December 7th, we're going to run a just general coach sneak peek group. We'll probably do a 3-day group for that. But obviously, if you have coaches before then that you'd like to do a sneak peek for, just let us know. We've got the template. You guys are more than welcome to make your own videos. I want you guys to feel like you can run with this. And that's the reason why Andy and I created the templates that we have, is so that you can take them and make them your own and start using them. Because what we found is when we used our own videos and we were sharing our own stories, that got the people we were talking to more excited than hearing Kelly's videos or Mindy Wender's videos. Hearing from us, because we're the ones that have been talking to them, helps. So when you're ready, definitely start looking into just shooting some of those videos. Watch what we've done, take what you like, leave what you don't, add things from other coaches groups if you like that. But yeah, that sneak peek group is going to start on the 7th if you want to add people to the one that Andy and I are running. Andy and I are going to be running a lot of groups together come December, January time, just because she's going to have the new baby. And as my success partner, we're just kind of working together on this so that she can keep that momentum up while she is kind of taking a little bit of a step back. I wouldn't say too much because it's Andy and she's a rock star, so I know she's not going to be taking that much of a break. But you're all more than welcome to do that. If we've got a lot of coaches who want to run it, we'll probably split it into a couple of groups, but it's going to be a really good one. Then on the 13th, we're going to run the same group that Andy and I ran last year, and we absolutely loved it. Worked out really well. It's a free group, and it is a 12 days to Christmas kind of group, and we called it the Cook and Crunch Challenge. So we gave them a meal plan leading up to Christmas Eve, and we even gave them like ideas for Christmas Eve dinner and Christmas Day meals so that they could see some healthier options for those things. And we did, it's basically like an ab challenge. It's a whole ab routine that gets harder and harder and harder throughout the 12 days. And that worked out really well for us last year. We had some people that were really gung-ho after that. We got some great coaches out of that group, and it's completely free. So for you new coaches, it's the perfect time for you to invite people to do this with you and get them excited about doing it with you, not having to put any money into it right away. And it's almost a 2-week group. So they get a pretty good idea of what the longer groups will look like and get excited about that. So that's going to be kicking off on December 13th. And then December 14th, we've got the Hammer and Chisel group that's going to be starting. And it's going to just be a preview group through the end of the year. So anybody who has purchased Hammer and Chisel when it is released, we don't want them to have to wait an entire month until January to get started with that. So we're going to start doing the Hammer and Chisel workouts. And then depending on how people feel come the beginning of January, we'll either start the program over from the very beginning and we'll all go for it gung-ho, or people can just continue on with where they're at if they feel that they've really stayed on track through the holidays. So those are our upcoming groups and things that we've got going on. As we get closer to things, I'll definitely let you know if anything changes or if we decide to add any other groups. If you have ideas for groups, share them with the team. If you want to run a group, I know Alyssa had ran a challenge and she has a couple of you guys in that with her, which is awesome. I know Becca runs sneak peeks on her own and boot camps and things like that. So if you ever have a group that you're like, oh, I'm thinking I want to run this group, but I don't have a whole lot of people, post it in the team page. That is the point, is that we're all working together in this and brainstorming new ideas. So for example, right now I am doing a group with Kelly Jimenez and a few of her coaches because I saw the way that she promoted it and I thought it was genius. I really liked it. And it's been a while since I've been in a group with somebody other than my coaches or Andy. And I just wanted to kind of see how her groups run and what kind of ideas she has and how she keeps people engaged. One of the things that I've noticed just being in the group, it's not even been a week yet, but she does a lot of videos, which I really like. It's nothing professional. It's not like she's sitting at her desk. I mean, half of the video she is literally in her car and you can tell she shot it on her iPhone and she's probably running errands and she just wanted to shoot a quick video. But I feel like that really gets people engaged. So for example, before the group kicked off on Sunday, instead of just doing that Sunday post that we do about, hey, is everybody prepped and ready? She made a video and posted it in the group and kind of talked about what the challenge group was going to be about, talked about Shakeology, how to work that into your day, talked about posting those before and after pictures and making sure that you take those measurements. And all of the coaches took their before pictures. And I feel like that's something that we haven't been doing in the groups we've been running, and I think that we should, because we want to be doing the things we want our challengers to do. And if we're not doing it, it's hard to tell our challengers to be doing it. So make sure that the beginning of every group, you're taking those before pictures and the before stats and you're sharing them so that your challengers will feel comfortable doing that too. Make sure that you are taking pictures of your meals throughout the day and you're posting that. Make sure that instead of just liking everybody's posts, if you're going through the post and you see somebody who's got 5 likes and nobody's commented on it, even if it's not your challenger, comment on that post. Say something to that person, because a big part of these groups, and I am starting to remember this now, I mean, I feel like I've kind of gotten jaded in the groups where I've just done so many of them and it's become a routine. And I feel like it was good to get into Kelly's group because it kind of broke me out of that and made me realize, like, I need to be doing way more in these groups than just posting those templates in my workouts every day. The whole point is to be engaged and to talk to those challengers and make them realize that even if you might not necessarily be their coach, you're seeing what they're doing. And liking a post doesn't get that across. You need to start commenting. You need to start conversations with these people just like you would if you were networking in a group. and adding to your network. So make sure that you're being engaged. Make sure that you're posting videos. I think it's great. People like to hear you talking. People like to see you. I know that things come off differently when you type them as if you're actually shooting a video and you're talking to somebody. So shoot a video. If you are making Shakeology for the day, shoot a video of you making Shakeology and be like, look, I'm really busy. This is how I fit Shakeology into my day. This is how I mix it. And just shoot a little video. It may seem obvious to you. It may seem repetitive to you because you've been in a lot of groups. But remember that every group you run has new challenges in it. Every group you run has people who have never been in a group before, and they need those things that you had in those beginning groups, and you may be starting to slack on now because it's become routine. You feel like people already know this. Well, every single group is new people. So keep shooting those videos. Keep being excited about these groups, and if you feel yourself, like I did, for example, feeling like a little bored with the groups, a little bit like I'm not doing what I need to keep my challengers engaged, hop into somebody else's group. Even if you don't have challengers, hop into it and get ideas for them and get re-excited about what it is that you do in a challenge group. So that's my little spiel for that. I did want to bring up really quick the Success Club prize for last month was a webinar from Darren Hardy, and that's the one little thing that I wanted to talk about. I know a lot of you hit Success Club. I hope that you were able to get on the webinar before they took it down. I know sometimes people get bummed when it's a webinar and it's not like an actual like prize that they send to you, but I love getting webinars because I always get really great information. And for those of you that don't know who Darren Hardy is, he is the author of The Compound Effect, and I absolutely love that book. If you have not read it, it is the perfect read for every single coach. It's a really quick read. And it gives you some just great insight on life in general. It's not just something that you can apply to coaching, but basically anything in your life. But Darren Hardy did a webinar, and for those of you that were on it, I'm sorry if this is repetitive, but a lot of you guys weren't on it. And he brought up basically how to finish the year strong. And he talked about how the end of the year, the last quarter of the year, is the biggest push, the biggest selling few months for retailers. It's when they make the most money, is in those last quarter of the year. He talked about how for sports, for example, if you look back at all kinds of sports statistics, it's that last quarter of the football game where people pull through and they get the most amount of points. In the entire game, the most amount of points is in that last quarter. In the entire game of baseball, the most points accumulated, if you look at all the statistics, are in that 9th inning. And it's because finishing strong is where it's really at. Success doesn't come from starting. All of us have started as a coach. All of us have signed up as a coach, whether you're discount hobby, you want to make this into a full-time income, we've all signed up as a coach. And signing up doesn't make us successful. Signing up is the first step in that. And it's how you are going to finish the month, how you are going to finish the year, that is going to decide whether or not you're going to be a successful coach. And success does not mean that you need to forego all the Christmas parties and you need to be 100% perfect all the time, sorry, or that you need to just give up everything else in life so that all you're doing is coach stuff. I mean, none of us are doing that. None of us expect anybody to do that. But being successful means realizing those little things that you can do, not big things, but just those little tweaks that you can make every day that are going to add up to huge success for you. So for example, I know I had posted in the group already to think of those 5 distractions that you're going to have for this last part of the year and come up with a prevention plan as far as what can you do to not be distracted by that? What can you do to plan ahead and realize that you're going to be distracted, and instead of being distracted, be like, okay, I know that, for example, I have a Christmas party coming up on this Saturday, so I'm not going to get a lot of work done on that Saturday. I don't even know if I'll get to my power hour because I'm going to be busy planning and getting ready and cooking or whatever. But that means that maybe you push a little harder on Friday, or you do a little bit more work on Sunday to make up for that. So coming up with a prevention plan for your distractions. The other thing that I didn't share in the group is he said to write down 2 to 3 ways that you can do a little bit more. So don't go gung-ho and be like, okay, I'm going to sign up 10 coaches and I'm going to message 30 people a day about coaching. If you can do that and you want to do that, awesome. But you don't have to do that to be successful. Think about it like, okay, I've been inviting 3 people a day to the coaching opportunity. If I want to really push and be successful, I'm going to invite 2 more people every day. So I'm going to invite 5 people to the coaching opportunity. It's just those teensy little tweaks that you can make in your everyday that are going to really push your business forward. Maybe instead of doing a power hour, you do a power hour and a half. Maybe instead of inviting 2 new people to your network, you invite 4 new people to your network. It doesn't have to be a huge overhaul of what it is that you're doing. It's just little tweaks that you can make. So think about that. Think about what it is you're doing now and think, okay, if I could just do a little bit more in 2 to 3 areas, what 2 to 3 areas could I do a little bit more in that could really impact my business overall? I really liked that. I liked the whole idea of not having to make it some big, huge, overwhelming task, especially at the end of the year like this. It's hard to think in terms of that when you've got a lot else going on. So just think of those little things you could tweak. He said that there were 3 things that he noticed helped people to finish strong and become successful. And so I just wanted to talk about those 3 things really quick, and then I'll go ahead and open it up for questions and brainstorming and whatever you guys have that you want to talk about. So those 3 things, the first thing he said is to prioritize for profitability. And basically what he meant by this is think about where it is you're spending your time, who it is you're spending your time with, and make sure that you're spending your time there wisely. Make sure that it's paying off for you. So for example, if you've got a whole big team of coaches, focus on those coaches who really want to work it, who are responding to your messages and who are getting back to you and talking to you. And for those that aren't, maybe just take a breather, take a second off from reaching out to them all the time, because it's taking time from you. You're not getting those responses and you're getting frustrated. So make sure that you're spending time on those people who want you to spend time on them and who are responding to that. For challengers, you can't make people work out. I know that it can be really frustrating when you get somebody in your group and they're gung-ho, and I know all of us want to get somebody hooked up with a program that they're going to love, and to see somebody get into a group and do nothing with it is frustrating, because 1, you feel like you've let them down because, well, shoot, I just sold them something that's now sitting on their shelf collecting dust like I don't want it to do. And 2, you feel like maybe you're not doing something right to coach them. You're not motivating them right. Focus on the good. Focus on the people who are doing the challenge. Obviously, follow up with those other people who may not be pushing, but you can't beat yourself up about it, and don't spend as much time there, because that's not where you are getting the biggest return on your investment. The second thing that he brought up is to build your bank, and I love this. I love the whole idea of this. And he said to write down your dozen. So write down a dozen people on your team who you want to really work with and really grow as leaders and push as leaders. Write down 12 challengers who you really want to help reach these goals, even if it's not just in this 30 days, but it may be in 60 days or 90 days. Write down those 12 people who you really want to change their life and impact their life. Write down 12 prospects, 12 people who you want to get into your challenge group and who you think that you can really help, and start reaching out and connecting with them and building relationships with them. Write down 12 people who you want on your dream team, 12 people that you can think of who either need this financially or who you would just love to work with, and start reaching out and building relationships with these people. It's not about necessarily presenting the opportunity to these people now. It's not about necessarily selling a challenge pack to these people now. It's not about them actually reaching their goals in these next 30 days, because they might not do that. They might not be able to do that. But it's about building your bank so that come January, you have all of these people who you've basically been giving love to for the entire month of December, and really boosting up and giving them this positive feedback. Even if you just see a post that they did and you just comment like, wow, I really love, your hair looks great in that picture, or cute top, or whatever. Like, think of ways that you can give love to these people and really build your bank so that come January, you have people who want to come to you because you've been giving them basically stuff for free, not asking anything in return all of December. And then the last thing that he said is win before the game begins. And basically what he means by that is do what others are not doing now so that you will get what others will not get later. So for example, during the holidays, everybody's going to these holiday parties and they're splurging and they're eating too much or drinking too much or whatever. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself. I'm not saying don't go out to these parties, but I'm saying be that person that goes to the parties and has one glass of wine, or who has one slice of cake instead of eating 3, or whatever. Be that person who breaks out your portion control containers at dinner to make sure that you're getting the right portions. Because this is the time to show people that if I can do this now, you can do this anytime. This is where you are proving to people that you are committed to this, that you're dedicated to this. Thanksgiving Day, you guys, I want to see all of you posting something on your Facebook pages about how you are making Thanksgiving healthier this year, whether it's a new recipe, whether you're portioning out your portions, whatever it is. This is your time to win before the game begins. This is your time to show people that you're serious, so that come January 1st, you have a bunch of people who have been watching you doing the things that most people weren't doing during the holiday season. You're going to be the one who may have lost 5 pounds or maintained your weight instead of gained that holiday weight. And come January 1st, that is going to pay off for you tenfold. And that's what it's really all about. No matter what month, finishing strong is important. But no matter what month, you're setting yourself up for the next month by the people you're talking to during that month. So for example, the people you talk to this month in November are the people who might start coming around in December. The people you talk to in December might start coming around in January and February. So set yourself up strong for those months, because if you're not, if you're slacking, that is going to hurt you. The last little thing that I want to add, and it's my personal story, and I know some of you have heard it, some of you haven't, but I have hit Success Club 10 every single month as a coach, every single month, except for January of this year, which kills me now. I kicked myself for not hitting it. I hit Success Club 8, and it was all because I went into December strong. I had my Insanity Max 30 group, my event that I created, and I'm hoping to get that same hype with Hammer and Chisel. So literally by December 2nd, I was sitting pretty at Success Club 12, and I felt fantastic, and I thought, wow, I've made it. Like, I already did it. I can just kind of sit back and relax the rest of this month. And that is exactly what I did. And come January, I had nothing. I had nobody in my bank. I had nobody I was talking to. So I started off January, and the first 2 weeks of that month, I was inviting people and networking and building relationships with people and doing all these things that I should have been doing in December so that I could have kicked off January strong. And instead, I ended January flat. And I went on from there, and I did great, because I realized what I'd done wrong is that I didn't do those things every day. I didn't push myself past my one goal that I had of hitting Success Club. Instead, I hit it and I stopped. So whether you're already at Success Club this month or you're still pushing, keep working. Do every day, do the little bit extra that most people aren't going to do, so that you can get that little bit extra that most people aren't going to get. So those are just my little things. I want us all to really finish this year strong. I know some of you are pushing to get to that Tahoe retreat in January, and I really hope to see a lot of you there. It's going to be exciting. I know that Kelly is for sure going to be extending the deadline till next Thursday, and it may go on from there. So don't give up. If you haven't hit it by tonight and you don't lock in Diamond tomorrow, that's fine. Keep pushing. You've got until the end of this year. Hopefully she'll extend it the whole time, which would be awesome, but you've at least got until next week, and a lot can happen in a week. We are pushing right now to become a premier team. For those of you that don't know what Premier is, basically there's Premier coaches and Elite coaches, and Premier coaches basically means that we're going to get some extra perks next year as a team, and that's what we really, really would like to do. And in order to do that, we need to get the points to do that. So everybody's got to be hitting Success Club, moving their businesses forward. People need to start getting their teams together and advancing in rank and building their income and their teams. But I really think that we can hit Premier this year, which would be absolutely amazing. I hope to see a lot of you guys at that retreat in Tahoe. We're going to get pictures taken, which is going to be really cool. She's going to have a professional photographer. We're going to get massages. We're going to have training from corporate, and just a really cool team bonding experience. The other reason I wanted to bring up Premier as well is when we are a Premier team and we're a 2-star and above Premier team, I can start hosting retreats like Kelly is doing in January. And I would really, really, really love to have a Goal Crushers retreat and have people from corporate there to train, and for us to get to pick a really cool place that we want to go and all just kind of bond as a team. I think that would be amazing. So another reason why I personally am pushing for it, I know if you would have asked me last year, I would have said, I'm pushing for it because I want to make more money and I need the bonuses because we were struggling. And I'm not saying we're sitting pretty right now either, but we're definitely not struggling anymore. But now I've kind of changed my mindset. Like, I want to get together with you guys more. I want to grow our team. I want us to bond more and just have those fun experiences. I think that getting together at things like Summit and these leadership retreats really help with that. Going to Super Saturday, all of these really kind of pump you up, get you motivated and excited about the business again. So everybody keep pushing for that. I know that we can do it. I know Michelle just locked in Success Club, which is awesome. We have a few other people that have. We've got people pushing for it this month. We still have 2 weeks left, so you've got plenty of time to lock it in. But yeah, that's my little spiel. Let's finish this month strong, finish this year strong, and go into 2016 just on fire, because that is what I see for us. All of you guys have been pushing so hard and are helping so many people, and I can just see us becoming an elite team next year, and it's going to be really exciting. So that's my spiel for you all, and I'll let you all be off mute, and you can ask questions or brainstorm or anything that you've got for the end of the call. Now you're all quiet. Y'all needed a glass of wine, I'm saying.
What do you need? What do we need to do to get to the Premier status?
To get to Premier, you need to all be hitting Success Club. You need to be growing your teams and helping your teams to hit Success Club and to advance and rank. And that's pretty much it. You get Premier and Elite points. They're the same thing. It's just based on whatever star rank your team is. But you get Premier and Elite points from people hitting Success Club on your team, from people advancing in rank on your team, and from your team volume, which if everybody's hitting Success Club, your teams are hitting Success Club, that drives team volume. So that's where it's at.
Who from our team's going to Tahoe?
Right now, we've got you are going for sure, and Becca is going for sure, and I will be there. And then Andy is going to be there with her brand new baby Hayden, so that'll be exciting. And I've got a few other people who are like right on the cusp of it, so I'm really hoping to get at least 2 to 3 more of you guys going. I think it would be really exciting. I want us to be the team that makes Kelly have to get a bigger house to accommodate all of Team Goal Crushers. So that's my goal. But yeah.
Where can we find the sneak peek templates? Because I wouldn't mind looking at that.
I think I posted it in the team page. I will check and see if it's in the file section, and if not, I will post it.
Okay.
We have a few different ones that we've used before, so I can post both of them. We've done a 5-day and we've done a 3-day. And then Kelly also has, and I will get it and post it, the like 1-day event kind of group that she's done. And she's done it like all in one night, all throughout the day, like every hour she posts another post. And those videos, she actually had all of the elite leaders on her team make the videos. But I mean, you could make the videos, you could have your coaches do it, we could do it, just Team Goal Crushers making the videos if you guys want to. So there's all different kinds of options for it. So, but I'll definitely post it so you guys can see it and see what you guys want to do with it and play around with it. If you see that like a 3-day group works better than a 5-day group, or a 1-day event works better, like, or what does coaching call works better? We've not done one of those for our team before. So if anybody would like to do a What is Coaching call, you're more than welcome to reach out. I'm here to help. So, and I'd be more than happy to do that with some of you too. So I'm all for brainstorming new ideas.
The 30-day group, what about 30 days to fitness?
That's cute. I like that.
I'm not going to lie. I stole it from somebody else, but
I'm writing that down.
You gotta steal shamelessly from others. It's fine.
Well, like last year we did the Hot for the Holidays group, which is great and all, but like people started running those groups already. So I feel like we need like a new spin on it. I like that 30 days to fitness. That's cute.
And you can add me to that.
Okay.
And I like the idea of making videos for the groups. Like, I think you're right. There has to be something different because it's like the last few groups we've done have definitely, it's only coaches that are posting.
Yeah.
Well, and I think if we're bored with it, I can only imagine what our challengers are feeling.
Yeah.
Like they pick up on that stuff.
I know for me, like when I first started doing the groups, I was like super excited all the time about getting in and posting and seeing the different things. And after a while, it just gets old because we do it over and over and over again. But I loved Kelly's videos. Like she'll randomly do a video too. It's not like it's like every Sunday she does a video. Like she'll just randomly shoot a video and post it in the group, which I love. Like how motivating is that to not only like see everybody's sweaty selfies, but to see people like actually get in there and really post videos and get to see your coach. I liked that. So
Yeah, I like that idea. I think that's cool.
yeah. And so
the idea that it's not like something that's like planned out ahead of time. You know what I mean? Like something that's kind of spur of the moment. I'm going to hurry up and do this like right now kind of thing.
Yeah. And the other thing that I've noticed in her group, she's got, I want to say 5 or 6 coaches that are running this with her. Every single coach, whenever they have like the daily post, just like we've been doing, but every single coach does those daily posts. And I know, yes, we've done them and we do them over and over again every month. But when we say, okay, everybody, let's see your plank today, everybody's posting their plank pictures, all the coaches, because if we're not doing it, why would our challengers do it?
Well, and I think that that's a really valid point. I mean, you got to kind of lead by example. And so, like, if the coaches in the group aren't following through with the check-ins, like, I try to do it as much as I possibly can remember to do it. But you're right. When you're in, like, I think right now I'm in, like, 4 groups. So it's, like, hard to keep track of all of them. But I definitely do agree that I think that, like, if we're going to ask them to do it, and I think that's part of the reason why maybe our challengers aren't participating, you know. And then you've got that New Year, New You group, which is, oh my God.
I think we've all realized that that group is too much, and I feel, for me anyway, for the New Year, New You group, I feel like it's too structured. Like I wake up early and do my workout, and then I have to wait for the daily post to come up to post my workout selfie, and at that point I've forgotten to post it because I worked out 5 hours ago. I have a hard time with that. So
well, I think that part of, like, I get why they wanted everybody to do it in the check-in post because they don't want the news feed to just be everybody's, like, sweaty selfies and all of that. But, like, really think that they should have just gone back to having the daily topics pinned at the top of the page. Because, like, I've never seen a topic. Like, the week you did it, Shanna, I saw them and a few other ones. But, like, honestly, I feel like all it is like, here's your check-in.
Yeah.
And then there's random people who still don't understand that, like, you're supposed to do your sweaty selfie in the check-in. Mm-hmm. So then you just have, like, random sweaty selfies of people throughout. And it's, like, I just feel like it's.
Well, and I think that I am going to admit, I have transitioned all of the people I had added to that group out. So I rarely post in that group because I don't have challengers in it. I did my week that I had committed to because we're not going to bail, but I transitioned all my challengers out. I think the idea of a 90-day group is awesome because I think the idea of getting people who have a lot of weight to lose or who have a big lifestyle change they need to make, a 30-day group isn't enough for them. But, and this is what I've heard from a couple of my girls who are those people who have a lot of weight to lose and they needed that support, they didn't feel that they were getting it in a big group like that. So I think the idea of the 90-day group is good, but maybe limiting it to like 1 or 2 coaches running it and actually being able to stay engaged. And I feel like, for me anyway, a big part of challenge groups is building relationships with the other girls in the group, whether they're already your friends on Facebook or they're your challengers. I was like talking to the people in my challenge group before I was a coach, who are now some of Andy's coaches who are running groups with us. I talked to them like daily through these groups because I was commenting on their pictures and vice versa. And I feel like that's where we're kind of missing out. Like, we're not starting those conversations. We're not staying engaged and doing the things that we're asking our challengers to do. I mean, if we ask them, hey, post pictures of what you're eating, and none of us are posting pictures, why are they going to post pictures? So it is an extra step for us. And what I have found too, and I've noticed this because I've done groups with Kelly before, some of these are not new pictures. Like, nobody knows if this is your plank picture from 2 months ago. So if you ask them to do a plank, post your plank picture. Nobody knows it was 2 months ago because these challenges are new. As long as you're in there and you're posting and you're being engaged and you're doing the things you're asking your challengers to do, I think that we're good. We just need to do those things. Post new videos, make just random videos. And I feel like the challenge groups are a really good place to start getting comfortable making videos because they don't have to be perfect. Nobody's judging you in these challenge groups. Like, half of us don't wear makeup. Half of us are sweaty and in workout clothes all day. Like, it doesn't matter. Just post it. So, I don't know. Kelly's group has re-inspired me with the challenge groups. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of excited. All right, any other questions or ideas? I know I think Kelly's call is it at 8 or at 9?
It's 8 my time.
8 your time, so 9 my time. Okay, gotcha. And she's going to be doing go for no stuff because that's been her big push this month, is to invite as many people as you can and just go for those no's. So if you can't be on live, I know I'm not going to be able to be on live tonight, but if you can't be on live, definitely catch the recording, and I'll post the recording in our team page because I feel like it's going to be a really good call. So I want to make sure that we all see it. Yeah, okay, if we don't have anything else, that was kind of my whole spiel for the night. I just wanted to share all that Darren Hardy stuff and really just finishing the year strong. And I honestly 100% believe that we can be a premier team. Right now we're at 98 premier points and we need 135, and we've been going up, and that's 98 as of like the end of October. So we've been going up like 20 to 25 points a month. So I think we definitely can do it. We've just got to push through these months and all of us be locking in Success Club and helping those 3 people. And yeah, hopefully a lot of you will be at that Tahoe retreat because I'd love to see some of you in person. Some of you for the first time and some of you just I haven't seen in a really long time. So it would be nice. But yeah, that's it for me. Does anybody have anything else before we stop recording?
The webinar, is it on YouTube or anything? Did anybody put it on YouTube?
The Darren Hardy webinar?
Yeah.
No, it was just through the email, and I don't think it's available anymore.
Is it literally like I went to watch it and it had ended like a couple hours before?
Yeah, they won't post it anywhere else. However, the other thing that they did, and I was going to share it actually with the team, he at the end of the webinar gave a link for just Beachbody coaches to go to, and it's already closed out too. I mean, it was literally open for like 48 hours. But he gave a link to some free online training that he does. And it was like PDFs that you can save. It was like audio files that you can save, and an entire book, which I thought was awesome. So I'll go ahead and share that on the team page because I think it's really good personal development and just stuff to catch whenever you just need something, like you're in the car or you're getting ready for the day and you just want to turn something on. But it's some really awesome stuff. I love Darren Hardy. That was my first personal development book I read. And if you have not read The Compound Effect, please do. It is such a game changer. The Slight Edge and the Compound Effect are very similar, except I like Darren Hardy more. But it's a really good book, so definitely check it out. But I'll post those on the team page, Sarah, if you missed the webinar still. All right, ladies. Well, I'm going to stop recording. If anybody has anything they want to say when it's not recording, go ahead and stay on. But thank you for getting on. And for those of you watching the recording, if anybody has questions or brainstorming ideas, just comment below so that we can all chat about it in the team page. All right.